Hey, what's going on out there, gentlemen? So I couldn't help to want to do this video today about MGTOW and the youth of the nation. These men that are in their 20s, in their early 30s, whatever the case may be, who are still out there chasing women and getting disappointed over and over again, and getting depressed and getting down on themselves because of what happens a lot of times when you're pursuing a woman or you're with a woman. And so I just want to make this video for anybody that is in that situation, because there's a lot of guys out there in that situation. And some of the people that I'm near and close to have suffered from, all kinds of mental illnesses and depression and anxieties and whatever it is, man, because they're pursuing a woman. And the thing is, man, my advice to you, as being a MGTOW now for the past 5 years, as being basically single for the past 15, um, I chose that I'd rather just do my own thing and just answer to myself and not have the burden of worrying about, where my woman is, what she's doing, who she's talking to. The fact that a lot of these women, they just like to ghost now. This is their new thing where they'll just completely shut you off out of their lives, right? And you just can't understand why. Or you're just like, what do they do? And for the most part, you did nothing. This is what they do, man. And because they have so many options and so many thirsty beta males pursuing them, and with this new, online thing where they can just go online and shake their ass and get hundreds of thousands of views for doing nothing, they're getting attention from everybody all over the world now. It's not like it was back 20 years ago, 30 years ago, where if you wanted to get a woman, you'd had to go do the work and you had to go out and you meet women at a bar or whatever it is, at a social gathering, and so be it, right? But these women are getting attention from everybody, so it's hard. It's very, very hard these days to actually, get in a woman's attention and to pursue them and whatever it is that you're going to do. But so my advice to you is put on the brakes, man. Put on the brakes. Work on yourself. Okay? Become the best version of yourself, whatever that may be, whatever you have to do, whatever your weakness is. If you have a problem with vices or all, any kind of alcohol or drugs or whatever the case may be, my advice is to clean yourself up. Start working out. Start developing your mindset to the point where you feel better about yourself, you feel good about yourself, um, and eventually, once you get to that point in your life, you'll no longer have to chase anything, anyone. They'll all just come in basically to you, man. This is what happens. You give up on the chasing and you start attracting. Now, when you chase something, it implies that they're running away. And this is true, right? Anytime you chase something, it implies that the other thing is running away. The other person is running away. So stop chasing women and start attracting things into your life. Become the best version of yourself. Pursue your goals. Pursue your dreams. And the byproduct of that is that you'll start attracting the right people. Now, according to your mindset at this given moment, you're going to start attracting people into your life based on the mindset that you have, because we're mere reflections of one another and our mindset on the way we're thinking and the way we're behaving and our belief system. And that's the type of people that you'll attract. That's why a lot of people attract sort of the same partners. When they break up with a person, then they'll bring in another person, and they're sort of got the same traits. It's a whole new video, but um, the thing is, I have a nephew that was kind of going through some stuff, and I have a couple other friends that they just it always boils down to fucking a woman, right? And whatever the situation is, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of going through this dark time, and I'm sort of down on myself, and going through a lot of problems. Well, what's wrong? What's going on, man? Speak to me. Oh, well, there's this woman. It's like, yeah, okay, enough said, right? And this is what I'm saying, man. These women get attention from everybody this day and age. They get to pick who they want to be with. They're going to look for the bigger, better deal, the one that is going to be, appropriate for their offspring or whatever the case may be. Because you got to understand something is that when you get involved with a woman at a certain age, their goal in life basically is to reproduce. They want to find a guy who they can settle down with and reproduce and have good genetics and make babies, right? Now, that's not always the case. I mean, you get the other end of the spectrum where you go out and you can have your one night stands and you can have your this and that. I mean, that's obviously part of the game too, right? But the thing is, man, the chase gets old, and you're never gonna find anybody that's truly authentic to come into your life if your main goal is to be with her and do a certain thing, and she's got a main goal of whatever it is that she wants to do, right? So anybody out there, man, um MGTOW, men going their own way, something that I came about 5 years ago, stumbled upon because I was going through a situation where I had a woman that I really liked, and it never worked out. Um, and this is the thing I figured when I just said, you know what, I'm no longer going to pursue women and just work on myself and become the best version of me. And that's when eventually the right people will come into your life. And the thing is, man, it's one of those things where these women, they get to pick and choose whoever they want, because men are not really picky. Men, from my own understanding and from what I see in my life, woman doesn't have to be a 10. A woman could just be an average looking woman, maybe overweight, maybe has a kid or two. And if she shows interest in a guy that's a thirsty beta and who can't seem to find anybody, he will go for her and most likely ruin his life. Because, for one, if you go with a woman who's a single mother, with a couple kids or whatever the case may be, you now have to take responsibility on of her kids, right? I mean, and for the most part, these women are on some kind of government support. Maybe they have kids with two or three different guys, whatever the case may be, man. You got to question why these other guys never stuck around. You know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is, a lot of these women, they're independent in their own way, where they're like, you know what? I want to just raise my kids, and I don't need to have another guy in my life that's going to be a kid to me. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these guys come in, and these women are like, hey, I'm not your mother, right? I don't need that type of guy in my life. And they just want to do their own thing and raise their kids on their own, and whatever the case may be. That's the other end of the spectrum. So, I mean, I cannot talk for the whole world, right? I mean, it goes so many different ways, but the gist of this message is, don't date single mothers, and become the best version of yourself. Be happy with yourself and confident in yourself, and have your own pursuit in life, and follow your own goals and dreams. And then once that person comes into your life, it's up to you whether or not you want to make her a part of your life, as a compliment to your life, and not as some sort of just hindrance in your life. And with that being said, I hope that helped. And I'll see you in the next Take It Ace.